really excited you called in. I'm really excited you signed up yesterday. It was just yesterday, correct?
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
It was.
Last night.
Very exciting. What are you, I just pulled up your, the form you filled out, your introduction. So I have not really read through anything that you've submitted yet, although I see you're married, yes, and have one child?
Yes, a 2-year-old.
A 2-year-old, boy or girl?
Little boy.
Oh, wow. And you are a college professor?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
And what do you teach?
Psychology.
Are you serious? Oh, how exciting.
Yeah. I think I did psychology my way to lose weight, but
I love it. No, I'm so excited. I actually had a private coaching client many years ago. She was very high up in the hospital in the mental health department. And so she was highly educated, very successful, extremely successful woman, very smart. And it was one of my first clients. Okay, so since then, I have coached so many women. I have coached an eating disorder specialist who's a counselor, a therapist down in Texas, and she has her own counseling practice, and she is an eating disorder specialist, and she came to me to help her lose weight. I am blown away by this. I'm just blown away. Well, this one gal that I was talking about, one of my first private coaching clients was this very successful, very educated woman in the mental health department. And I was just blown away. Obviously I'm just humbled. What can I help you with? Why, you know so much. I have a degree. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I don't have a degree in psychology. And, she said to me, the fact that I am in this industry, that I can recognize when I need to seek help for myself.
Right.
And she said, I have hired a personal trainer because I need help with my personal trainer. And I'm hiring you as a weight loss coach because I need help with my weight. Yes, I'm educated. Yes, I'm smart. I'm successful. I realize that. And because I'm so smart and successful, I'm able to recognize that if there is an area in my life that I need help with, I will seek the help to get it.
Right.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, how powerful is that? That really spoke to me. And I was like, That's right. That right there is a powerful woman who, when she recognizes that she needs help in a particular area, she goes and gets it for herself. She seeks out that help, and she does what she needs to do to take care of herself. So that really spoke to me. You are highly educated, and I love my clients. Of course, I love all my clients, and I just get off on the women that are way higher than me, and higher education and very successful careers, and it makes me chuckle on the inside in a very positive, good way, because for example, I had one lady in my office, a very successful career woman, very successful career woman, and she's in my office. And we are talking about icing, cake icing. And it just hit me oh my gosh, she's got it all together. She's smart, she's successful, and she needs help with cake icing,
Well, because I've been been around for a while, just because we have these degrees doesn't necessarily mean we're successful. Sometimes it's just we don't have anything else to do. So, if I had it to do over, I would have got married at 25 and have 4 kids, but that just didn't happen for me, so I went to school. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we're a lot of anything. School can be an addiction too, just being a professional student, so I appreciate it, but it's really not. It's not like that. In reality, it's not like that.
I don't know. It still impresses me. It's still impressive.
No, yeah, no, it does. I appreciate it, but no, if you were to ever go and try get a degree, I'm like, God, these people are kind of crazy, so because sometimes that's the only skill they have. They're just really good students, but managing life isn't as easy.
Yeah, and I got a degree, a bachelor's degree in communications. And then after I graduated, just a little bit about me and a little bit about my story, and then I'm anxious to hear your story. After I graduated from college, I went to Taiwan and lived in Taiwan for a year, and I was I was an ESL teacher in Taiwan. Well, I had signed a contract with a school. I was teaching English for a year. Well, the year was, about done, and I wanted to return to the States. And so I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? Because, I didn't have a teaching degree. I was teaching English in Taiwan because I'm a native English speaker. That was all,
Right.
But I'm like, what am I going to do when I go back to the States? So I thought, well, maybe I'll go to graduate school. And I'll go to graduate school. And I thought, well, I'll go to OSU. And where are you from, Michelle?
I'm from Georgia.
You're in Georgia. Great. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'll go to OSU. And, of course, I want to study communications because I love communications. It's just fun to me. I love all the theater and the journalism and the broadcasting and all of the stuff that communications is. It's fun to me. So I thought, well, I'll study communications. Well, there was a problem because I went to take my entrance exam, the GREs, right? And I believe there was 3 categories to the GREs, if my memory is correct. There was verbal section, which is all your vocabulary and reading, and then there was the math section, and then there was the logic section. And I'm not a reader. Here was the thing. I'm not a reader. I don't have a very good vocabulary at all. You will be able to understand me, and I will be able to communicate very well, but it will not be with fancy words. It will be with very simple words. So my vocabulary is not very good. Well, because I'm not a reader. I'm a writer. I'm a writer, not a reader. Right. It's funny. So I'm studying. I get this book in Taiwan to help me study for this GRE test, and it's got all 3 sections, and I go through all 3 sections, so I get prepared somewhat. I go and I take the exam in Taiwan. I go to a testing center and I take the exam, and my scores came back, and I got denied. I was denied entrance into OSU to study communications because my scores were too low, and it was my verbal. Actually, my logic was very high, and my verbal, I only got a 40%. And again, that's because my vocabulary sucks. And they said to me, I was on the phone with someone talking about, I got denied because of my scores, and she said, well, your logic was like 92%, so if you'd like to come study, I don't know, physics or something like that, we're going to let you in. Like, they literally said, we will let you in if you choose something else to study, like physics. And I'm like, well, no, I don't want to study physics. But that was interesting to me that it was my logic. Well, and there's a whole story behind how that happened, because I had a brilliant father who taught me so much growing up. I grew up on story problems and solving puzzles and all sorts of things. That's what was innate in me at birth, and it was also environmental for me as well. My father nurtured that skill in me, and so I've got a very logical, like I said, I love story problems. And so I thought, well, that's interesting. So now what I do in my weight loss coaching, I'm utilizing my communications degree very, very well. This is what I'm doing in my weight loss coaching, in creating the content, the videos, the writing, the coaching. I am communicating. And what I'm doing with this, we're taking this whole weight loss process that you're now seeking to start, okay? And there is no secret to this. Everything that you're going to experience in this process, it's everything you already know, okay?
Right.
There's no new information here. But it's taking that information, and what I can do is communicate it to you in a very logical way that will finally make sense to you, and it will empower you, not because it's new information to you, because you will finally be able to embrace it, see it, accept it, love it, and have the power to do it. Because there's only one way to lose weight, and that's to eat less. And you already know that. That's not why you're here. You're not here to have someone tell you to eat less. You know that. You're here to discover within yourself, how do I do that day in and day out on a fairly consistent basis to accumulate over time. This is going to be about the decisions that you make over time, that you're going to accumulate over time. And it's going to be very exciting, Michelle. What you're about to experience, you will discover you've had